with the class today. Guys, confirm when you can see my screen so that I can proceed. If you can clearly see my screen, hear me clearly, just say yes in the chat window. So today we are building a live ad, and I'll show you how to build a shopping campaign. So I'm in the ad manager right now. Can you see my ad manager screen? This is a test account, an old account that we used to run for one of our business in US. Right now it is not running, so I'm using that account for just for the demonstration purpose. uh, if you can confirm, I can get started. So I'm in the ad manager, and if you are not aware how to reach here, then you can look at the videos that we did in the last week. So there is a three layer structure that Meta has. One, you have the campaign, then within ad set, then the ad. So the campaign name I've already given, new sales campaign. You can, so nomenclature is something that you should be aware, should have a clear structure of the campaigns. And dividing the campaign and other things are little advanced, so I don't want to go into that into a live class. So we'll simply build a campaign right now. The naming convention you should follow is something like this. Let me show you in our campaign so that you understand what kind of naming campaigns we do. So first is, who is your target audience? Mention that. So this is how we name campaigns in our structure. So GRQ is the company name, so that we are aware that this is the campaign was created by us. Then we have TOF, which means top of the funnel. Then you have the campaign type. So this campaign is creative testing campaign, and within the campaign we'll also have the separate name for ad set and the audience, what kind of audience we are targeting. This is, let's say, brand awareness campaign. We are targeting audience to generate a little brand awareness about this brand. So name your campaign properly. This is very very important. If I have zoomed in properly, I'm sure you can see my screen. Are you able to see the naming convention on the screen? Just confirm in the chat window. Hi Tony, good evening. Just confirm in the chat window if you can see the naming convention here. Guys, make sure you like the video. I think there are a lot of people, but number of likes are less. Like the video and also subscribe to the channel. If you can share it with your friends, that would be great. Can you guys see the naming convention? So this is how the naming convention works. You have top of the funnel audience, that is the audience type. Then what is the purpose of this campaign? It is the creative testing campaign. Then you look at the second campaign, it's on the brand awareness. So we are targeting audience specifically for brand awareness. So that is the naming convention usually we follow. And you should also have a similar naming convention. If you just keep naming every campaign as sales campaign, new sales campaign, then you will not be able to actually find that campaign, or when you're actually building the report, it becomes very difficult to see which campaign was that. Then in the ad set level, we have an option to name that according to audience. So what kind of audience we are targeting specifically for a particular ad set. Like for this, there are anniversary and digital creators combined. This is one ad. This is engage shopper for the bracelet, necklace, pendant, and other jewelry items. Those who have added the payment information, we are adding those audience here. In this campaign we have people who are engaged shopper for jewelry. So that is the type of naming convention you want to have for your campaign. And then within ad set, you can have the name of ad set. Are you running a video? Are you running a catalog? Is it a specific catalog within catalog with a filter that you're running? So you can use that kind of naming convention. So this is the live ad account, which was like we were using earlier. Right now we are not using, so ads are not running, but I'm just showing you what has been done as a history. Now let's quickly look at how to build a campaign. So we'll start by going to a different ad manager. I'll go back in the ads now. So let me zoom in a bit. I've zoomed back to the normal. You can create the ad from here. So there's an option called create campaign, right? So you and it is the same objective. So we have the engagement, awareness, traffic, leads, sales. It is the same objective that we uh, have also seen in the last week. So I'll not go through each of them. If you don't know, then you watch the video from last week, you will be able to understand what is the campaign objective and what campaign objective should you select. Right now we are building a sales campaign. So click on this and then choose the sales objective. It will take you to the next screen. You don't have to next screen. You will see this option that says you don't have to choose the campaign setup. The advantage plus sales campaign default is selected. So your audience is by default advantage on. So here if you see, the option is already selected, so you don't even have to select the advantage plus campaign. But you can, if you want to change the default setting, then you will be able to change that. The moment you choose a sales objective, advantage plus is the default setting that Meta gives you. But if you want to change, if you want to specify your audience, that is what we will go through right now. So click on this so more settings, and you will be able to fix some more settings here, including the budget scheduling, which we discussed in the last week's classes already. It is the same setting that we uh, did for the normal campaigns, which is the lead generation campaign. So if you want to go in detail on ad scheduling and budget scheduling, then look at the video that we recorded on last Tuesday. That is when we discussed here. Now pay close attention here. We want to have the highest volume, right? Campaign bid strategies, we want to have the highest volume of sales, or you want to have a cost per result goal. It simply means that you want to define in Meta saying that I'm ready to pay let's say $2 per result or $5 per result, and I don't want to go beyond that. Then you can put a bid cap here. You can also have a cost per result goal, or you can focus on getting the maximum result. So this is why we usually go with this. But if you have that specific objective in mind, you can choose that as well. So this is the default setting we'll go with. Right now audience segment reporting is not defined. So audience segment reporting is something that we will discuss in detail tomorrow, when I'll show you how to do the proper optimization of your running campaign, how to audit an existing campaign, what kind of performance report you can generate, and based on that, how to take a decision what to change. So that we will discuss tomorrow on audience segment reporting. Right now I'm creating a campaign, so we'll not change that. Special ad category does not apply mostly to a shopping campaign. But if you are selling these kind of products, so if you're selling a financial product like a stock market program, credit card, loan, investment, insurance services, all that comes in a special category, and you need some government permissions to run those kind of ads. Similarly for employment ad, housing campaign, which is insurance related, mortgage related, property listing, so and social issues, that you need to declare. So this is not for you. If you are just running a simple shopping campaign, you don't have to worry about, do not choose any category here. Just go to the next screen. Now we are in the ad set section. So in the campaign section, you will only choose the campaign objective and some basic setting related to your budget, nothing else. That is all you can do in a campaign setting tab. Now here it says website shop and conversion location is no longer available, because the shopping pixel are is removed for this campaign. Right now we don't have to worry about it. It's just a message. We can fix the conversion. If you don't fix, still Meta will run the ads, but you will not get the kind of results you are expecting. So in a live campaign, in the actual campaign, if you see a message like this, make sure you fix this before you start running the campaign. Now here I'm saying, it is saying that you can get 30% lower cost if you are using website and app conversion location. So if you are using this properly, then you can get better results. That is what Meta is saying. Now where you want to people to land, you want people to land on the website, right? You want to land them to land on the website. There are also message destination, but for a sales campaign you should always choose website. Otherwise, if there is a specific reason to choose a different goal, so always keep that in mind. Do not choose call option if you're running a sales campaign, because you want people to purchase, you don't want them to call. That will just increase your funnel. You don't want to do that. Now pay attention closely. Here there are two options. So one option says maximize the number of conversions. It simply means you want to get maximum results, which means maximum purchase. Now the problem is, let's say you have the website where there are products that are listed 200, 300 rupees, 500 rupees, 1000 rupees also, and then there are products which are 10,000, rupees. Now you want to get maximum number of orders. That could be one objective. Second objective is you want to target people who are most likely to make a big purchase. So if you're choosing second option, Meta will try to show it only to people who do like who are good spenders. If you choose first option, then you may end up getting a lot of orders. You may and may not be profitable. Let's say you're paying 100 rupees to Meta to get a conversion, and you're getting a sale worth 150 rupees. That means it is a loss, right? You will be spending money on product also, you will be shipping the product as well. So it's a carefully chosen option that you need to go with. And there are a lot of other strategies on how to maximize your average order value, that perhaps we'll discuss tomorrow, because tomorrow it is focused on optimization. Today we are focused on creating. So default conversion goal that Meta recommends you is that you want to maximize the number of conversions. It's a very simple thing. You want the maximum orders. That's the simple rule here. You want to maximize value of conversion, then you can choose the second option. But you should go with the second option only if you have high value products. Let's say if your minimum average order is 20,000 rupees, you're selling furniture or high end interior items or jewelry items where your minimum order value is 20,000, 50,000. Then you want to focus on shoppers who can spend that much money, right? So that's the difference here in the conversion goal. Then other options, other goals, you can try these goals if you have some brand awareness or like those kind of objectives. But in usually in the sales campaign, these are the two goals that you should be focusing on. If you want to like maximize the landing page views, then maybe in the last setting, in the last page, you should not choose these options. You should choose the option that is brand awareness campaign, right? Then you can get more settings related to brand awareness. If you are here through a sales campaign, then choose either of these. I'll go with maximize conversions. Then it says how do you want to track. So what is the data set? Data set here is the conversion API of this business. So we have the conversion API setup in place. We'll use that as a data set. Now, do you want to track special events? So these are the custom events that Meta is tracking. So the custom event you already know, right? We discussed in the pixels and copy related classes what kind of custom events will be there. So if when I was going through the pixel, you've seen, right? So if you are adding payment like product to the cart, this is the setting you should be choosing. Like if you want to track people, how many people are tracking, like adding payment information, you can track that. You want to add to cart, you want to purchase. So by default, you should be choosing purchase option because you want to track the purchase and you want to optimize based on the purchase action. You don't want to optimize based on the add to cart option. So if this is what you choose, then Meta will focus on bringing more people who will add item to the cart. They may or may not purchase. So by default, you should go with this. If you have a specific objective in mind, there are options where you uh, want to have more people adding product to the cart, because then you can run remarketing and sales campaign on that. If you're planning to run a sale later, then maybe add a wish list, add to cart, add payment info. Those kind of campaigns are also good. View content campaign is also good. But by default, if you're focused on sales, then always choose the purchase conversion. You don't want to choose other options. Okay. Next we are talking about other options. So these are not active events. So if you want to track further, you can fix these events within your Shopify campaign. Once you do that, then you will be able to track these event also. So if you have an add to wish list on your e-commerce website, you can track that specifically. And in the audience creation, I was talking about how to use these audience to retarget, right? You can build lookalike based on people who have added to wish list. They may or may not turn out to be good audience, but you can at least try. Then initiate checkout, people who clicked on initiate checkout, do you want to track them? Then maybe you can add these events. So all these events are configured in your Shopify settings, not here. Okay, so these tracking you need to fix in the conversion API. The subscribe, trial, donate are not related to you, so you don't have to worry about them. But if you have something like that on your website, you can add that as well. Now here we want to maximize the conversion. We want to maximize the conversion for what? For purchase event. So we have chosen our goals. Now, do you want to define any rule? Do you want to have a cost per result goal? If that is the case, then you should have chosen the option in the previous screen. Because you have not chosen that, it is disabled for us. Now value rule, you can create different value rule that define the what kind of rule set you want to follow. So your value rule, if you want, you can apply here, and you will be able to create a rule set based on different options here. We don't want to go into that because we want to focus on building the campaign right now. Now here is like spending limit. Do you want to limit how much should you spend? Daily spending, daily average spending, you can limit here. Right now the campaign budget is $25. That is what we set. Yes, Tony. So in the WordPress basically it's WooCommerce. Balu, these video will always be live on YouTube. You can anytime come on live section and watch them. And WordPress, it's called WooCommerce. So this is similar to in the Shopify we have seen this Instagram and Facebook, right? Similarly in Meta also you will have like in WooCommerce also you will have a plugin which can help you connect the conversion API. If you are using a custom, then you will have to add the like conversion tracking in the header file. So you have to change the header file of your custom code. But we are right now focused on Shopify. So Shopify I've already shown you. If you're using WooCommerce, then use the plugin, or maybe use a Google Tag Manager. So Google Tag Manager is another way of adding the conversion API. But if we add everything in the scope, then this becomes like a 1 month class on Meta itself. So I'm trying to cover the like most important things right now, and we are focused on Shopify only. Okay. Now here is an important thing. Now so far it is budget scheduling. It says that you have distributed $25 across the campaign. So it will try to get me best performance on a daily budget of $25. But you can increase or decrease the daily spending limit. You can fix it here if you want to fix the spending limit. Now it says the start date. So this campaign I want to start today. And as I said in the earlier campaign, when we are doing the lead gen campaigns, if you want to set a sales campaign or daily budget campaign, you should always set an end date. You don't want to forget about a campaign. If the sale has already ended, then maybe you will end up spending money and you don't have product on your website. So always have a end date in mind. Otherwise you will lose money here, either for yourself or your client. So be very careful. Always make sure you have an end date for your campaign. You can put it a future date, but make sure it is a correct date. Now here is something interesting. Right now if you see the audience, there is advantage plus is already switched on, which means uh, Meta is using AI. So when you choose advantage plus, everything that we discussed about funnel building, brand awareness, that is gone. Now we are simply having a sales objective, and Meta is using AI to bring us the audience that are most likely to purchase. So there is no detailed targeting here. There is no other setting related to audience. This is the default setting Meta has created now for a sales campaign. Now you have the advantage plus on always. If you want to change it, there are two ways. One, you can use the saved audience. So we already talked about how to create and save audience in the audience manager, maybe 2 class ago. So you can watch the videos if you want to have those settings in place. If you want to control these audience. So advantage plus is default on, this will be on. If you want to change the audience, if you, let's say if you want to target a specific gender, you want to target a specific demography, if you want to target a specific age group, then you click on show more control. And here because we are running this campaign in US, so we'll do at US only. But if you want to target, let's say minimum age group, you want to change, you want to start because this is a jewelry ad, and we think that anybody who is not more like below 23 will not be able to make a purchase of, let's say, 100 $200. They don't have that kind of money. If we are assuming that, don't be offended if somebody is at that age and think that I'll, why not, I can make a purchase. Definitely you can, but by default assumption is by 23 you start working, and that's when you have money. So we'll, maybe we can change that. Then do you want to exclude the audience? And here it gets interesting. So I was talking about audience clumping, right? So audience clumping basically means by default advantage plus campaign will be visible to everybody. So it will be visible to people who have already purchased from you. It will be also be visible to people who have like engaged with your website but did not make a purchase. It will be visible to even people who have like uh, made a purchase in last 180 days. So there are it will be basically visible to everyone. Now you want to you have a high value item and you don't want to target people who have already made a purchase. So first create an audience in your audience manager, and then you come here and you can exclude that audience. If you want to exclude the audience, you can do that here. This is exclusion. So basically what we are saying is do not target these people, right? So let's say I want to exclude this, I can simply choose this and these audience will be excluded from my campaign. You want to target people who have not visited this particular website in 30 days, you can exclude the audience. So that is the kind of, that is the way of excluding people, and that is called audience clumping. So basically what we are doing is when we have multiple campaigns, we don't want Meta to uh, like two of our campaign to compete with each other, right? That is the goal. So we use the exclusion as a way of ensuring that our own campaign are not competing with each other. So that is important when you are building this structure, right? So keep this mind. If you want to exclude, you can exclude here. If you want to target specific language audience, let's say you are saying that I'm running ad in US, but I think only people who speak English will be able to purchase my item because it's a costly item. Maybe other language speakers cannot afford it. I'm not giving any racial judgment here, just a suggestion. Or if you have, let's say, a German course, you want to sell a German course in US, you don't want to sell it to people who are already speaking German, right? You want to sell it to people who are non-Germans. So you can select that language setting here. That is possible from here. Now you can add these suggestions here. In addition, you'll get you these options, like it will say all genders. You want to target specific genders because it's a jewelry item. And maybe in your catalog you have one catalog that is specifically designed for men or female, so you can only target female for that particular catalog set. If you want to target both, then maybe you keep it as it is. But there could be sale that is only targeted at men who have anniversaries, right? That could be one option. So you fix that in the detailed targeting. So in detailed targeting, you will get the same three options: demographic, interest, and behavior. Let's say you want to choose based on education, financials, you can do it here. But if you do that, then what happens? Then you change the setting back to the manual campaign. So advantage plus campaign will automatically have the audience in the target. But the moment you change it to a detailed targeting, it becomes a manual campaign. It will limit your campaign's reach according to your target audience selected. So you have to keep that in mind. Now there is something other important here. So it says suggest an audience. So by default it will take only the suggestions. It will not help you like limit your campaign completely. So maybe you're targeting people who are over the age of 23, But if Meta feels that somebody will, even with 18 plus age, is likely to convert, they are looking at these kind of ads frequently, then Meta will even show your ad to those people who are not in your target audience. So if you want to absolutely be sure, then convert this into a manual campaign. If you just want to give suggestion, then it will take the suggestion, it will try to target these people. But if at all AI feels that they will be able to bring a conversion from somebody who is 18 years only, they may end up targeting those people, right? So that is something you need to keep in mind. Now, saving audience. So best way of building the detailed targeting is that you go to audience manager. Those who are new, you can see on my right panel there is something called audience manager here. It is called audiences here. You can click here and maybe build a separate audience, save those, and then choose the saved audience from here. In the audience manager you will get lot more details and it would be easy to build your audience there. So right now we have set the audience just for the trial purpose. We have chosen the minimum age to 23 and we are targeting all languages. Now you see there is something called placement here. Can anybody tell me what it means when we say placement? Can anyone tell me what it really means when we say placement? Good evening, Sivam. I'll give you the attendance link. Let's focus on the class for now. Stay here, I'll share the link later. So placement simply means where your ad will be visible. So by default, it will choose all the options. So if you see my screen, by default, you see all devices, which means all mobile and desktop, all mobile devices, which is like everything that is connected to internet. Now, if you want to show it on specific devices, let's say you want to only show people who are using it on mobile, so you can uncheck the desktop option. If you want to show it on both, then keep choosing both. Now, within mobile, do you want to focus on Android or iOS users only? Do you want to run a specific campaign as a test to see whether my Android users will convert more or iOS user will convert more? You can change that setting here if at all it needed. That depends on campaign objective. Now, there is something interesting here. See below. Let's say you have a heavy video, right? It's like you have some heavy file as a video, it's a high definition video and you want people to see it. Then there is one option here, it says only when connected to Wi-Fi. So your ad will only be visible to people who are using a Wi-Fi connection if you choose this option. And maybe you should keep that in mind when you're using a high end file, like let's say you're uh, rolling out a 10 15 MB or 100 MB 200 MB file. There may be people who don't want to use it, especially data outside India is very costly, so people they may not want to see it. So you can choose this option if you are having a heavy file like a video. Now default option is selected for now, but you can make those setting changes here. Now placement control. So what is a placement? Placement is basically where all your ad will be visible. So when we were talking about Meta's bid strategy, right? We were discussing different placements, right? So every placement has its own bid and own importance. By default, when you choose all platforms, ad will be visible everywhere when you go to Advantage Plus. And within this there is something called audience network. So basically Facebook, Instagram, Messenger, Thread, these are the four placement that are within Meta's platform. So Thread is another platform just like Instagram. I'm not sure how many of you using this. Meta has also added Thread as one of the ad inventory. So it is a new platform. If you want to try it, you can. If you want to uncheck it, simply uncheck it from here and then it will not be included in your placement, right? So by default there are 24 placements. By default there are 24 placements. 24 placements are visible here. You can uncheck these options. Audience network is outside Meta. So if you choose audience network, if audience network is selected from here, then you may end up showing your ad outside Meta, which is like gaming apps, in dating apps, in all other websites where Meta is like partner, audience partner. Your ad will be visible outside Meta if you choose this option. Thread is another platform, so I have unchecked these two. You can decide where you want to show your ad. This setting will be visible here. Next is, let me go to the next setting. So we have chosen three placement is excluded because these are the, we have unchecked these two options. Now if you want to uncheck any other option, then you can use that from here. So feed is your Instagram and Facebook feed, which is like the default setting that we are usually when you are scrolling through. This is where the feed will be visible. Do you want to show your ad on stories and reels? If it is specific type of ad like only image, then you may or may not want to show it on the story, right? It may not get that kind of result, so you can have that kind of placement control here. There are 24 placements. In stream ad kya hota hai? In stream ad is basically when the other reel is running, in between you get the ad, just like a TV ad. Search results, when people are searching specific thing on Meta, you can, you want to show ad to those people, you can choose the search result also, like check or uncheck based on your needs. Now there are other options. See, if you choose, if you have chosen the audience network, then these apps and sites will be selected here, right? It will be shown outside Meta. If you have unchecked the audience network, then this will automatically be unchecked, so you don't have to worry about this. Now in the feed, do you want to control the feed? Where do you want to show in the, so within the feed there are different placement, right? Do you want to show it in the Instagram profile feed, Facebook marketplace, Facebook video feed, Facebook right column, Instagram explore option, Instagram explore home? So within this feed there are so many options. You can check or uncheck based on the like your ad, so you can decide where you want to show. By default it should be all open, but if there is a specific kind of campaign which you feel not be good fit for, let's say messenger inbox, you can uncheck that. It might not be good for Instagram explore, for some reason you feel you will not get kind of result there, you can explore that. See, there is something called Facebook notification. See this, Facebook notification is basically when you see a notification in your normal profile, right? If you have noticed it, Facebook is serving ad on notification also. Do you want to show ad in notification? If yes, then choose it, otherwise you can uncheck it. So these are all the placement controls that you have. By default everything is selected. If you go and uncheck, then Meta will stop showing ad in that particular location, but if it is checked, then it will be visible everywhere, right? So this is what we have discussed so far. Now there's something called skippable ads. Skippable ad is basically just like YouTube. Do you want people to see your ad in the skippable ad when they are watching a video? If you want to add that, then people will be able to skip the ad. If you don't want to add this, then they'll have to see the full ad. So ideally you should be giving an option to skip, because if they don't want to see the ad, if you still serve it, then they maybe skip the entire video itself, so it will not serve you. You should by default check the skippable ad option if you're, if at all you are running in stream ad. So in stream is basically when the reel is going on and ad is coming in between basically, right? So that's it for this. Now we have chosen the placement, and that is the setting. This setting everything we did in the ad set level. So we are in the second layer. In the campaign layer we change the choose the campaign objective, we set the budget, we set the start and end date. In the ad set level, you are fixing the website like conversion location, you're choosing the performance goal, you're choosing the conversion event, you're choosing budget and scheduling, you're also choosing start date for this ad set, you're also selecting audience. And by default Meta will have the advantage plus audience. If you want to change and control the audience, you can change the detailed targeting from here only. Okay, then in placement we talked about different placements and platform settings. Now I think we have covered a lot of things. Do you have any question, or we can move ahead in the next set? Any question, or we can move ahead in the next set? I'm waiting for any question if you have. If you don't have any questions, then I can move to the next set of in the ad creation category. I'm waiting for your questions. Till then, let me share the attendance form. Those who want to mark attendance can mark it here. This is the form you can use to mark your attendance. Minakshi, I'm not sure what is your question. You're fixing your bidding, right? You're setting a daily budget, which means the budget that you're allocating to the campaign. By default, Meta runs on a CPM, cost per mille, which means every thousand people are seeing your ad, you're setting up a specific bid, right? In a conversion setting, you're giving Meta the control to get the maximum conversion within the $25 that we set for this campaign. And based on other people are bidding, you will be charged a specific money. Any other question, guys? Anything you want to discuss before we move to the next set? Now let me go to the next screen. Now here, if you see the screen, you have to choose where you want to show the ad. So by default, it will choose the page that is nearest available. You have to change the page on which you want to show the ad. So let's say you want to select this page, it will be selected. Then within your Instagram account also, you have to select the right Instagram account. Let's say I want to go to this Instagram account. If you have a separate Instagram account that is not connected, then you have to connect it. Thread profile, we don't have a thread account, so we'll not use the thread. If you want to still continue, you can use the Instagram account, but we have actually unchecked the thread, so you don't have to worry about this. Now we are on the ad setup screen. So it says you want to create a new ad or you want to use an existing post. So let's say you have a post that is already live on your business page. You can choose that here. If you want to create a new ad from scratch, let's create a new ad from scratch. Now media setup, there are two media setup here. So manual upload, if you want to use any other image, like you want to have a video campaign for your shopping ad, you can add the video by choosing the manual upload option here. So if you choose the manual upload option, Meta will give you an option to add the video or image. So you will get further options below. Once you choose the manual upload, you will get more options below, which says do you want to have the carousel, do you want to have the single image or video. If you choose this second option, which says products from your catalog, it will choose the catalog by default. So by default, all your product item will be chosen the moment you choose the product from catalog option. So I have chosen the product from catalog. You're seeing that ad preview, the product catalog is already visible, right? Now do you want to so within the catalog, do you want to add an image or something, you can scroll down and you can add additional image, etc., that you want to add as part of the campaign. So let's say you're running a catalog campaign but you're also running a 20% discount. So by default, if you choose a catalog, there will be no discount offer visible. So do you want to add an image before people see catalog, you can add that image here. Let's say you're running 20% festival discount, so first they will see 20% festival discount, and later on, once the festival like second screen of the carousel, they will see your product. So that is setting which you can do here. If you choose a single image or video, it will not show the catalog, it will only show the video. So if you choose let's say this is the video I'm choosing, this video will be visible, not the entire product catalog. But if you choose the carousel, then catalog will be visible. Right, so this is the format that you can use. Now scheduling option destination is very simple. Let me quickly go through that setting also. Default, we want to send it to website. This is already decided in the last screen, so you don't have to change it here. Now catalog cards, do you want to add deep links which will like be going to specific page rather than the home page? So by default, if you see here, we are saying that send traffic to home page. Do you want to send traffic specifically to your catalog page? Let's say I'm looking at this product which says Bumblebee Jasper ring. Now if people are seeing this, do you want to send them to that page or do you want to send them to home page? That is a strategic decision that business should take. if you're selling this product only, then maybe you should send it to that page. But if you want people to explore your entire catalog, or you have some specific offer on your home page, you can send it to home page also. Now this browser add-on, and these are settings that you should not be choosing when you are running a sales campaign, because what will happen is you will end up getting WhatsApp messages, you will end up getting Instagram DMs, but we want people to purchase, right? We don't want to add an extra layer. Otherwise, what will happen is people will click on Instagram, send you a DM saying, do you have a discount code? If you have a discount code, make it live. If you don't have a discount code, then do not give them option. Always make sure you choose the none option by default. But if you have a specific purpose, you want to collect data, then it's a different thing, right? By default, the ad source, so this is important. If you want to choose a specific catalog, you can fix the catalog here. If you want to choose a specific catalog, you can fix it here, but default is coming as a state, the entire catalog. If you want to choose specific product, then there is an option called fix in commerce manager. So you can select a different catalog, rename a catalog, and then maybe by default that catalog will be visible. So, or you can build your set here. You can build the product set from the commerce manager if you want to change the setting here. Okay. Now here we are seeing, right, this is where you change the set. Do you want to show it all product in the catalog? If you want to sell specific birthstone jewelry, do you want to sell people who are like people who are in the August, right? So maybe August birthstone jewelry you want to sell. You want to sell beaded bracelet in this campaign. So we are talking specific to this campaign. So in this campaign, do you want to show all the catalog item, or do you want to show only specific product in this catalog? So you can choose it here. You can have this selection here. By default, it will choose the entire catalog. If you want to build a specific, then you can build in the, like, you want to add selected products, you can choose one by one, or you can add a filter. Go, you have to go in the, like, go here and fix in commerce manager. Okay. Now product set, you already aware what product set means, right? Now I was talking about the 20% discount option or other creative you want to add, right? So by default it will be only visible, like only catalog will be visible. If you want to add specific creative, you can add it here. Now do you see something like dynamic media on the screen? Basically what Meta does is, when you choose advantage plus, there is advantage plus creative also. So advantage plus creative basically means Meta will be able to modify your image. Basically what will happen is Meta will add specific like music, image, video, so in the advantage plus creative. So this, if you want to remove that, you can uncheck these specific enhancements from here. By default, product catalog do not have any music, right? So it can expand your image, it can add music, it can add a dynamic media, it can remove or generate a background, it can also adapt to placement. So let's say this black screen you don't want to show on Instagram reel, you can choose the adapt to placement option, and it will automatically enhance your creative accordingly. So these are 9 different enhancements that Meta offers you. Do you want to use an expand CTA? So by default the CTA that we are choosing is shop now. Do you want to use more CTAs? You can customize it from here. Now let's say in the catalog you have music, different music type. By default, if you leave it default, then Meta will choose any music that is available in its library. If you want to choose a different music, then you can add music, you can music that is available in Meta's library, or you can upload your own music here. That option will be available on the uh, like creative enhancements options, right? So if you want to change this setting, go to this option called advantage plus creative. Okay. You can turn off whatever you want to turn off. You want to run an A B test to compare different enhancements, you can do an A B test here. It will automatically run different enhancement experiments for you. Default call to action will be shop now, because we want people to purchase. If you want to change it to something different, you want to say order now, you can change it. But for shopping campaign, mostly we use shop now or order now. These are the two like best suited option. If you want to use book now for some reason, maybe an event sales or something, you can do book now also. But default should be shop now, because that is clear, people are shopping on the website, right? Now let's say you've chosen shopping now, a shop now, but within your creative enhancements you want to give people multiple option. You can use this enhanced CTA here. And in your enhanced CTA, let me scroll down to show you what it means. You can customize the CTA. So in addition to shop now, people will be able to see start shopping today. They'll also be able to shop plus this icon once you choose the enhanced CTA. So in addition to shop now, your user might see these options. If you choose the enhancement, maybe you will also see these options as an enhancement by Meta. So this is creative plus enhancement that Meta has just introduced. It's an AI feature, and you can choose what you want to show, like depending on your product. There could be some product where it looks bad, uh, it looks longer, so you do choose that accordingly. Now there's some text here, right? This text on the screen. So this text, where does this come from? Can you change this? Let's see. So on this same screen, like in this screen itself, you see this, right? Headline. So by default we have chosen product headline, because in the catalog we don't want to fix. So if you remove this tag and if you add your own headline, then that headline will be visible here for all the catalog. You don't want to have one headline for all the, then you can change, add it the product. So maybe you can add the product name as a tag, so it will take the product name as the default setting. Let's say you want to show price also, or maybe current price or unit price you want to show display. You can choose that from here, or you can define a custom label. Custom label says 10% discount ends tomorrow, something like that. You can set the custom lab in your advertising setting, and that custom label will be visible on every product, so you can choose that accordingly. So let's say I want to show unit price or current price along with the product. I can choose these two options, and Meta will start showing me product name plus the, see, it will show you both. And if you choose only product name, then only product name will be visible. Same applies to description also. Do you want to add description? There is short description, long description. You can talk about special prices, discounts in the description, and it will be customized according to the product that is visible on the screen, right? Do you want to add a special card, which means the intro card? So discount and everything I was talking about, right? Let's say you're running a 20% discount, you want to add an intro card which says 20% discount. You can configure that here. So you can select an image, and you can also write a description headline for that particular image only. So let's say you're running 20% discount, you choose the discount you created, your team has created. Let's say we are running this, right, a $50 discount. So you can choose that as here, and write the short description and the title here. See, this is not part of catalog, but we are saying that you can soap style starting $50. That's the minimum price you want, right? So you can choose the special card here. I'm just removing it now. Okay, so there is some more setting I had. I'll go back in the screen and maybe add card. Okay, now here do you see this build URL parameter? Now this is where you want to, if you want to, let's say, track this purchase conversions in your Google Analytics also, you want to see which ad is working. You can add the campaign source as Facebook, campaign medium. Let's say you want to target specifically Instagram, Facebook. You can choose the campaign medium within Facebook. You have Instagram campaign, you can add the campaign medium as Instagram, or thread if you want to try thread, right? Campaign name is custom parameter which says campaign name. So your Facebook, your Google ad conversion will be able to track that this traffic is coming from the campaign source as FB. Campaign medium will be like the Instagram within Facebook, and campaign name is the actual name. So this will also be visible in the URL when people are like clicking on the product. and it will also be like the tracking will be stored in on your Google Analytics also. So this is important if you want to have that enhanced tracking within your Google Analytics and you want to compare. So you see the URL preview here, right? So this is the like UTM source is app B. We have added app B. We have not added anything in the campaign source, so it is not visible. Plus UTM underscore campaign is the campaign name. So if you don't have any specific, let's say campaign medium, you don't have anything like Instagram or thread, or you want to target only Facebook feed, then you can add the campaign medium here. If you just want to track where it is coming from and which campaign is working, you can choose these two settings only, and this is how your URL will be visible in the ad. Now we have covered a lot of things. Any questions? Anything you want to discuss? Tony, it is a subjective question. You should give Meta AI an option to try, and if you want to compare the results, maybe you can run two campaigns side by side, one manual campaign and another AI generated campaign, and then you can judge based on the performance. But based on the result that we are getting with Advantage Plus, for now we suggest that you at least give it a try rather than just staying fixated, because Meta is pushing AI right now. You should give Advantage Plus catalog and Advantage Plus creative an option so that you get the kind of result that Meta is giving to other people. Any other question, guys? I think I have covered a lot. So if you have any questions, then we can discuss that now. Else we end the class. It's already around an hour now. Make sure you like the video, please, and also subscribe to the channel if you have not subscribed. And tomorrow we'll talk about how to optimize the campaign. This class today we have covered how to create the ad within your the catalog ad within your shopping campaign. If you have any questions related to this, we can discuss now. Tomorrow we'll have a class where we'll talk about how to optimize your campaign which you're already running. Any questions you have right now, you can ask now. Any question you have, ask now. Minakshi, Tony, Harjeet, any questions, or we can end the class? Sir, if you run campaign from India, is then only spend in dollars, or you can? No, no, Tony. So this is a US based campaign actually. That is why it is in dollars. Uh, when you set up the ad account, you choose your currency and you also choose your time zone. So that is the account level setting. Because this campaign was in US, this is a US based business. We were running the setting with US dollars. But if you're running in India or any other country, the setting will change accordingly. Any other question, guys? Anything? Or we can end the class for today. All right, then. Thank you so much. See you all tomorrow. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and like the video. And tomorrow we'll uh, have the final class on Shopify where we'll talk about how to optimize and audit a running campaign in Meta. What are the settings that you should look at so that you can do the best optimization for your own campaign and for your client. So see you all tomorrow. Take care. Good night. Thank you so much for joining. Any questions, guys? No? All right then. Thank you. Good night. I'm ending this stream today. See you tomorrow at the same time, 8:30 p.m. and we'll discuss about other settings on the Shopify campaign, shopping campaign. Till then, thank you so much. Take care. Good night.